have me here, I'm Laura Camarotti. Last day it doesn't matter. I am the head of Cairo City Theatre, which is the main Italian theatre company in the US, and in China, which I have brochure for everyone. It's like starting now. And actually, Crystal was involved with us last year. And also Max was involved with us. It's like a reunion. Said so. After doing this in Siena, this is the 12 years of in Siena, we decided to do in Italy on stage, because in Italy, you should know that we get a lot of British plays, but we don't get a lot of American plays. Yes, we have Mamet. We're saying, that is going to be erased. We have, the usual ones, but very, very few. So one thing is that because we see the success of the festival is bringing beautiful plays that they need to be seen, because otherwise no one knows what is happening in America, in Europe. They are so Eurocentric and British-centric that they don't know so much. So that is our goal, is to say, look how beautiful shows they have. And so we chose Open. The Tank told us about this play, and then I personally went to see it here in New York because they did a show before going to Italy, and I was crying because it was like so poetic and so beautiful, and I fell in love. And everyone fell in love in Italy. They are still talking about it. What we do, we present it with subtitles in Italian, and here with subtitles in English. So it's even, maybe one day there will be an Italian production of Open. For now, I would say that it's very important, that you support, but you know that. It's very important because it's a play so necessary right now, so much that I cannot even start saying, because it's really important to do this kind of material now. Okay.
Especially in America.
This is why I'm saying, well, actually, that is for another day, but not in America. But really, it's very important that we keep doing this. And so, thank you. I cannot wait, for you to be at the Women Project, and yes, support Open, and I'll do this later.
It's kind of a perfect lead into we have Lauren Grid is going, and we've Adam Wall and Adam Magwood are going to talk briefly about why Open now. So Lauren, I think you have a few words for us that you wanted to share. And if you are my student, as many are here, they also know this is true. But you've probably read Lauren's words and things, amazing writing.
Thank you. So I am a fan of crystals, I'm a friend of crystals, and when we were speaking about this event, she said, oh, do you want something about why Open now, or the history of Open, and I thought 2019 feels like another planet.
Yes.
I feel like theater is different than it was then, we are all different than we were, and I don't even feel like I can speak to what I thought about anything in 2019. So I started fresh, and I read the play again. And what I think is beautiful and important about it is that it is about, spoiler alert, hope after tragedy, and how you go through the worst things and come out of there with a renewed sense of purpose, or a renewed sense of desire to find your way in the world, which is something I feel like we all sorely need right now. We are definitely still in the tragedy part, but and I also, the thing that I love about it is that it's such a piece of pure theater. It could be done in this room, just if you stood up, if Megan stood up and did the whole play, we would have as magical an experience in a different way as we will with lights and sound. It's such a portable and transportable unit of theater, and I feel like in these troubled financial times, in times where people are questioning the value of theater and the price of theater tickets, just saying, like, this is theater. This is one person, a set of words, a stage, a space. It's a reminder of why we all do what we do. And I'm very grateful to be part of it in some small way.
Yeah, would you like to come up?
Hello!
Maddie is doing costumes for Open, did the costumes on the tour, and is doing the New York production. And I looked and also involved some other people.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah,
absolutely. My name is Madeline Wall, and it is funny to sort of think of myself as a costumer. I sometimes joke I'm a retired costumer, but there are several plays and several directors that I sort of would always costume for, and Open's one of those plays, and Jesse's one of those directors. So I costumed the tour, and I think it's like a script that for me is so rich. It's one look, right? It's one costume, but in many ways it could maybe be imagined, like maybe it's not real, like maybe part of the costume is imaginary, and just the incredible, I often sort of found myself in the shoes of the character of Jenny, who we don't see, but in many ways her fingerprints are on the costume. And so as I'm sewing little details on, I'm thinking about Jenny sewing those details on, and it's an incredible script that I cry every time. It gets me every time. But I think the other sort of reason I'm up here and part of sort of this extended community is that Crystal has very, very generously sort of thought of myself and Lily, who performed the show in the Italian tour. And we are working on sort of our life's work play, which is this play She Said, a very different play, but a play that is probably, I would say, similar to Open in the way that it is about hopefully the worst moment of a person's life, and that trauma, and really the moments around that trauma, right? Like, we don't think of Open as a play about death or violence or horror. Wow. It's so much not about that. And I think in the same way, She Said is Lily's autobiography about being a rape survivor, but you'd never know to look at it, right? It's about the human beings that we are outside of these traumatic moments. And so we're doing a reading, part of the open house series. We sort of have opened this door, and it's July 20th. I'll pitch it, come see the July 20th show. And after Open, we will be presenting sort of a reading format of She Said, and hopefully they'll sort of feel like two sister shows. And I sort of hope to see you all there. I think what we need in terms of our sort of creative life is just support, is a larger community. I look around and I see the community Open has built, and like I'm jealous. That's what I want. So we are sort of in that stage where we're just sort of drawing our as many sort of hearts and minds as we can close to the work. If you'll indulge me, I think Lily is very sad she can't be here. She has a day job, as so many of us do.
She supported and loved this play,
yeah,
even before stepping into the shoes of on the tour.
I think both Lily and I are just fans of Open. We're the fan club, you know, as opposed to, in addition to also being involved. So she's written some words, about a minute of words, if you will indulge me. And this also, to me, is so beautiful because it really gives insight into how poetic and sort of dreamy Lily is, and frankly, the writing of She Said. And so, I'm just gonna read. So the prompt being, why open now? And she said, Open is one of those rare, perfect plays that takes the actor on a journey just as exhilarating, as demanding, and as cathartic as the experience that any first-time audience member would have watching it. Mm-hmm. Casting that spell on intergenerational Italian audiences was a precious gift and a lesson to me in connection and empowerment. Our city, New York City, needs this play open today, tomorrow, and the next day, because we need to imagine a better future together. We need to find tiny cracks of light and to keep opening up that way. I've been working tirelessly with Maddie to find that same light that is in Open in our musical She Said. It's a hard thing to do while living in this country. I was writing She Said under the first administration, and it felt bad then too. It can feel impossible to find that light, but there is no alternative. When we choose to push through towards light, when we choose to create together, we ignite a flame that cannot be extinguished. We open ourselves to the truth that we do not hold that light alone. So. I just want to come up every time. I just want to say, come up to me. I'd love to meet all of you. I'd love to hear what you're excited about. I really hope that I can just be closer to the people in this room tonight. So thank you so much. Thank you.
The last person to speak a little bit about the importance of open to them is Adam Magwood. Adam, got a lot of former students in the room, for students today, studied playwriting with me through the TDM Summer Play Festival. They will be coming to open in July and learning from the show as well. And Adam is, how old are you, Adam?
5. Or 16.
16. Is going to college early. Where are you going, Adam?
Macaulay's at Brooklyn.
After being supported by every college in the city.
Marymount, Emerson, AADA.
And at night I wake up and there's animations of open. There's Adam's also an amazing animator and actor and writer. And singer. What would you like to share about open?
Well, yeah, I'm one of Crystal's students, and I love this woman. She is amazing, and I've heard about Open. I had a class like 2 years ago, and I've heard it here and there, and I watched it for the first time like very recently, and I was just like, no play, like, or any show I've seen like has ever been able to it really just it's such a minimal set and stage, and just your words and Megan's performance, it just really takes you to like a different place. I get so lost in it, and then it's just able to transport me so well. And I think Open is so important right now because it really just makes you believe. It makes you believe in what Megan's telling you to see, what Crystal's telling you to see with her words, it inspires hope. And I think we are living in such an unprecedented time, and especially Gen Z, you're feeling a little bit hopeless right now, a little bit bleak. Having something to believe in is super important, and I think, and existing as a queer artist and having, it's good to hear queer stories and have something to believe in with that.
Thank you. Great. Without further ado, Jesse's going to explain the excerpt that will be read today. Dane's going to set up for us. We are getting back into rehearsal. We haven't been there yet, but we're going to start rehearsing in June. We're getting reoriented in the best of ways. Awesome. I'm going to come back.